My name is Barb. I go by Barb, and I'm 74.
What's the most beautiful thing you've ever seen?
The sunsets in South Carolina are magnificent. And I think any sunset, I think when you look at that, and then you think, God is awesome. How else could this happen? I mean, that's the word for that, and I know it's overused maybe, but it's amazing and it is awesome. And I think there you see the power of God.
What do you think is the most important thing to pass from a parent to a child?
I think the sense of responsibility, that they're responsible for their own lives, and the importance of respecting yourself and loving yourself as well as others, because if you don't think much of yourself, then you're not going to think much of other people either.
What marriage advice would you give young married couples or people who are about to get married?
Yeah. To not try to change the other person, and to enjoy yourselves and enjoy your marriage, because hopefully it'll be the only one that you'll have.
You have a close group of friends that you kind of grew up with and have known for a long time, and you said that none of them have gotten divorced. Why do you think that was or is?
We all were church-going people and community-oriented, and all had children, so we had common interests, and I think that was, what held us together.
Have you ever lost somebody close to you, and how did that affect your life?
Well, I've lost both my parents, and then I lost my husband. My father was the first to pass away. That was really hard because it was the first time I really saw death up close because he had cancer. But when I lost Bart, that obviously changed my life completely. For the first few days, I felt like half of me was gone. It was hard to function. We also, just before Bart passed away, he had a lingering illness. So before he passed away, we went to Helping Paws and we got a dog. And so I just couldn't imagine going into a house that was empty. We went together and got this dog. I consider Charlie my last gift from Bart. I also say Charlie, we rescued Charlie and Charlie rescued me. That doesn't mean that I don't, start crying sometimes or I'm not depressed sometimes, but that was the idea also of getting really involved in volunteering too, because it kind of lifts you out of the depression that you might get in because you don't have time. Also, I think it makes you realize that everybody has a life. I mean, my life wasn't Bart. He was part of my life, but my life is really my own.
Who is the person that has influenced your life the most, and what would you say to them today?
I think Bart, my husband, did. So I would say thank you to him for loving me and for doing that.
If you could tell your parents anything in the world right now, what would you tell them?
Thank you, and I hope you're proud of me. You can make me cry. They gave me a good life. They did the best they could. I think I'm a strong woman, and I don't think I would be as strong if it wasn't for my mom and her Irish stubbornness, and my dad's gentleness.
What's one thing about this life that you wished you understood more clearly?
Sometimes I think, why does God let things happen the way they happen? People get hurt, children get abused, this kind of thing. On bad days, I think, why is this? And then on good days, I think because it all adds up to a plan, and it's not up to us to question. We just have to have faith.
Think about the most difficult time in your life. Is there any advice you would give someone going through a similar situation?
Have faith in God, faith in yourself, that you can get through whatever the problem is. I think you have to know that you can depend on other people and seek those people out, because I think no person can do a big job alone. I think you just need a lot of help, and you need to depend on your fellow man.
What can we do to reduce hatred in the world?
I think to reduce hatred in the world, I think we have to get to know other people and respect the differences. And actually the differences are really interesting. And I think that we should know history a little bit better too.
What can we do to reduce prejudices between different races and nationalities?
Well, when you ask that, it makes me think of that billboard, where children aren't born prejudiced. I think we have to put aside old hatreds and the old ways.
If you could share some words of wisdom with every young person on the planet, what would you say?
Love well and live as best you can. Respect other people. Cooperate. Cooperation is the big thing. And educate yourself. Know what you're talking about, before you start, and don't pay attention to what somebody else thinks. Form your own opinions. Do your own thing.
What do you want to be known for?
I don't know, that I was a good person, that I was a good friend, that I did my best, that she had fun, lived life, enjoyed it, loved her kids, loved her people around her.
In your opinion, what is the meaning of life?
I'm a person of faith, so I think God puts us here, each one of us, He knows each one of us. I think He puts us here so we can get back to Him. So you have to do the best you can, make the best decisions you can, and live a good life, Breathe. That's what you have to do. You just have to take those deep breaths and smile.